Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we completed all of our final preparations. We went and scanned all the remaining planets. We had one last run around of the Citadel. There were no new quest givers, which means we are good to make a start on the final DLC. Shore Leave. I'm so excited for this.
Commander, I've got Admiral Anderson on the QEC. Patching him through to you now.
Shepard.
Admiral, how you holding up?
Day by day, Commander.
Yeah. Hackett sent me a message about this apartment.
I want you to have it. Take it off my hands.
Are you serious?
You need a place that's yours. Somewhere to recharge, clear your head. Kaylee wanted us to settle down there. Thing is, the longer I'm on Earth, the less I want to leave. And I want as few loose ends out there as possible. Like I said, you'd be doing me a favor.
Oh my god. He really is our dad. He's just giving us an apartment. This would mean so much to Naomi. This would mean so much to her. I kind of feel like she'd probably be holding back tears. I mean, growing up, she was moved from pillar to post. You know, she and her mum, they never really had... Like, they rented apartments and, you know, oh, you haven't paid rent, so you have to move. So, like, they never really stayed in one place for very long. She never really had somewhere that was hers. This would mean the world to her.
That's very generous.
It's practical. We need you in the best shape possible. Rested. Focused.
If you say so. Thank you.
And make yourself at home, damn it. It's yours now.
I'm sure I can manage.
Okay, good. Been meaning to do that for a while. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, this place is so luxurious. This place is so luxurious. 100%. 100% take care out there, sir.
Be careful out there, Anderson.
You too, Shepard.
Just explore the apartment. Oh my... Well, that's the front door. There's a fucking piano. Ooh, notes for Anderson biography relationships.
You never asked me about this, but my wife just called. My ex-wife. Nobody likes to talk about the toll that long months apart can have on military relationships. She wasn't military. She couldn't handle it. But it's not even about military and non-military, damn it. It's spaceflight. Spaceflight. Finding the mass relays, miracles of engineering. Human imagination rising to meet our desires. We pay a price for that curiosity, that drive. Our relationships suffer. People we love suffer. But that's reality, and it's worth the cost. I must have thought it was. I guess I still do. In the end, you just have to hope you made the right choices.
I had no idea he was married. One second. Over yonder, okay. That's a stereo. Let me just stop this dinging. Okay, no, not round here. Oh, there's a bit. Hello. New question. I want to look at everything. Look at the kitchen! Dear God. Ooh. Oh my God, one on us. Okay. It's even got a fucking water feature. Oh my days. That's nice art. Contact. Okay. Hello. Catalog. Dinner at sushi place on me. Hey Shepard, I've got a few things I wanted to go over with you. With the Normandy in dry dock, I figured we could meet up at that Ryusei sushi place down in the wards. I hear it's the best. Joker? that. Naomi would raise her eyebrows at that. Naomi and Joker don't exactly get along. Like, don't think I haven't picked up on this ever since their conversation where Naomi, kind of expressly said, "Hey, we're not friends. You're just my pilot. Stop trying to fucking psychoanalyze me and be my therapist. Fuck off." Like, every time we've entered the cabin, Joker, it's no longer Commander, it's Commander. Like, he says it with an attitude every single time we enter that cabin, now that he realizes, oh, we aren't friends. We were never friends. We just kind of coexisted on the same ship. Oops. I find it surprising that he'd be inviting us to sushi. I mean, I think Naomi would assume, like, he is the pilot. He probably wants to go over, ship stuff. That's important to me. The Normandy, well, it's not the original, but Anderson gave it the okay. Anderson gave this Normandy the okay, so, to that extent, the Normandy is important to her. And if he wants to go over Normandy stuff, then yeah, 100% she'd meet up with him. But first we explore. I'm happy with just, like, the fire. Like, generic apartment sounds. The Normandy.
The Normandy? A brand new ship. My ship. You don't forget that moment. The first time you're standing there. The whole crew looking to you for direction. Unforgettable. I'd led men and women before that. Seen a lot of combat already. Always managed to find my way home in one piece. Do that a few times, you begin to think you know better than the next guy. Maybe you do, I don't know. But if you're lucky, really lucky, you find yourself on a good ship, in front of a good crew. A crew you can trust with your life. Gifted. Disciplined. Brave. All of them. Eager to set sail into the endless black ocean. I still remember my XO asking what my orders were. Shepard, I said. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember that from Mass Effect. We've got a fucking bar! I'm sorry, I'm just... It's so luxurious. It's so luxurious, and it's freaking me out as a person. I'm just like, dear God, how much did this cost? How much did this all cost to put together? But yeah, so Naomi was his XO on the original Normandy, and then, Saren, you're now a Spectre, you're going to need your own ship. Here are the keys to the Normandy. That seems like such a long time ago. That seems like such a long time ago.
Embarrassing moments? I've got more of those than anyone will ever know. Only way to learn something. But if I had to pick one to share... I had just gotten promoted to M7. Full of myself. King of the castle. Found myself buying drinks for undesirables in some rundown bar in the wards. They toasted my recent promotion. Hell, they would have toasted Batarian slavers if it had got them more drinks. About the time my money ran out, my new friends turned on me. I was outnumbered. Things didn't look good. My plan to get out of there involved lots of punching. Well, that worked for a while. Then a table hit me. Or I fell down. When I came to, I saw a Solarian putting the rest of the troublemakers down. A Solarian? Moved like a damn cat, I swear. When everybody was out cold. Or running. He walked over and helped me up. N7, he asked. Yes, sir, I replied. He looked over my collection of unconscious friends, nodding. Not bad, human, he said. Then he walked away. I had met my first Spectre. Learned an important lesson that day. No matter how good you think you are, there's always somebody quicker, faster, and a hell of a lot smarter than you just around the corner. That little lesson's kept me alive more than once since then.
Oh, I like that. My plan involved lots of punching. A good plan. A Naomi plan. Okay, so multiple floors. We've got multiple sets of stairs. Here is the bathroom. Very nice. New questions.
Okay. I have your new questions here. As a leader, do I ever feel that the end justifies the means? Spirit of law over word of law. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but I think I know what you're after. You're referring to the way I, arranged to have the Normandy released to Commander Shepard before the Battle of the Citadel. I'm not sure how valuable hindsight is to the military. Obviously, it worked out for the best. Without the Normandy and Commander Shepard free to do what they needed to do, what we needed them to do, Saren might have taken the Citadel. I think it's clear what a different galaxy this would be if that had happened. I did what I had to. If I had been wrong, I would have gladly accepted the repercussions. The real trick is never being wrong. If you're looking for more action and less philosophy in these notes, let me know.
No, I think this is good. I think this is interesting. At first I thought this was like a little home gym. You know, you've got the pull-up bar and the punching bag. But then I was like, why is there a bed in the home gym? What kind of exercises are you doing, Anderson? But yeah, yeah, the ending of Mass Effect. Well, I mean, he punched Udina, but then it turned out that Udina was with Cerberus in the end, so like, fuck him. I'm gonna save that one till last. I feel like saving that one. God, I love a water feature. I absolutely love a water feature. What be you?
A few months ago, I had a chance to sit down with one of Earth's most decorated soldiers, Admiral David Anderson. He was kind enough to answer my questions and talk about his career. Today, the Admiral is on Earth, leading the defense of our home against the Reapers. We have no communication with him or any soldiers on Earth, but we can't forget what they're doing for us. Tonight's show is dedicated to all of the soldiers out there, fighting and dying to keep us safe. Admiral Anderson, today marks the 30th anniversary of the N7 program. Can you describe your first day of training in this now famous program?
The Interplanetary Combatives Training Program is all business from day one.
How so?
We're given basic gear, then separated and stranded on an asteroid with no nav data. The test ends when the last person runs out of oxygen.
Sounds daunting. What happens to the ones who run out of air first?
Out of the program. The best N7s can survive alone, but work together to survive even longer.
That's very impressive, Admiral. Deep space survival training. That has to be so difficult. All of it would take such strength of character. Well, just plain strength. But then you seem like a strong person.
I'm sorry, is there a question in there?
Well, does the program make the man? Or do you think you were born for this?
It's a bit of both, I suppose. Every soldier reaches a point in their career, sometimes more than once, when they are asked to give more than they ever thought they could. That moment is the test. I've seen men and women, almost sure to fail, persevere long past the point of breaking. That experience changes them. Others, with all the gifts and abilities, fail in that moment. Sometimes they pick themselves up and carry on. Sometimes they're just done.
What about you? What was your moment?
I've had a few, none of which I'd like to share. But, I think the toughest tests are still ahead of me.
What makes you say that?
Call it a hunch.
Soldier's intuition?
Something like that.
Do you trust your intuition? I mean, do you follow your heart over your mind?
Well, it depends on the day. No, I suppose if I were to be honest, I do trust my instincts. The problem is, war isn't orderly. is never predictable. Even the most experienced veteran is going to find themselves in situations they haven't trained for. In those instances, and there's more than I'd like to admit, your instincts are the only thing keeping you alive. That, and the men and women you're fighting beside.
But soldiers are only as good as their leader, isn't that true?
Yeah. A good leader can make an okay squad great. A bad leader, well, war tends to make examples of them.
What makes a good leader then?
A good leader is someone who values the life of his men over the success of the mission, but understands that sometimes the cost of failing a mission is higher than the cost of losing those men.
That's a terrible line to have to walk.
Yes, it is. But war is a terrible thing.
Thank you for your time, Admiral.
Thank you.
The remainder of this interview was to take a more personal look at Admiral Anderson's life. It wasn't finished when the Reapers invaded. We can only hope that the Admiral and the soldiers under his command survive to tell us the rest of their stories. I'm Kallista Al-Jilani. Thank you for watching.
He better survive. He better. Anderson's like one of my favorite characters in this. I'd just two thoughts I had. One, Naomi 100% follows her heart over her mind. Naomi does not think about the consequences of her actions. She's just like, I see a problem, I do thing. The thing I did caused more problems, I'll fix them later. And at the beginning of that, at the beginning when, you know, Kallista was saying like, oh, I interviewed Admiral Anderson, for a split second there, I thought it was going to go like, here's how the interview went, and it was going to be an image, a little video of Kallista and Anderson, and it was going to end with Anderson punching Kallista in the stomach. I thought they were going to keep the joke going. No, they didn't. I'm glad to see they didn't. I'm glad to see that did not happen. That was really cool. I'm really loving that we're getting insights into Anderson.
No, it's fine. I got a few minutes. First contact war? Yeah. I was there. My first real combat. First for a lot of us. I remember one night early in the war, strapped to my seat as our transport approached the LZ. Everyone was dead silent. Just the sound of breathing. Good men. I trained with all of them. We were always joking and horsing around, but not this time. Just the rattle of the shuttle. And that heavy breathing. Everyone was thinking the same thing. We're off to fight alien invaders. Aliens. Think about that. We all grew up wondering what was out there. If we were alone in the universe. Now we knew. We weren't alone. And we were in trouble. So there we were. About to face an enemy as different and unknown as we could imagine. I knew I had to say something, keep the men relaxed. So I turned to the soldier beside me, Hendricks, I think, and asked him how his mother was doing. Fine, he said. Why? Because I heard your mama's so ugly the Marines thought she was a Turian. Almost shot her. I got a few smiles. Then Hendricks turned to me and said, hell, Anderson, I heard it was a picture of your mama that started this goddamn war in the first place. Scared the Turians shitless. Everyone had a good laugh at that. And the boys fought great that night. Sometimes that's all it takes. A joke, a pat on the back. Just a little reminder that everything's gonna be okay.
Oh. Hello. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Okay. We can decorate. Hello. Ooh. I mean, this These look like they're in two separate locations. I don't know what this will do. I don't know what this is gonna do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave that be. I'm gonna leave that be. We only had that. Okay. I flip it. We can customize this place. But this place looks so nice as it is. This place looks lovely. Why would I want to fuck about with it and potentially ruin it? That doesn't seem wise. Maybe it'd be best to just leave well enough alone. Ooh. Anderson had good taste in artwork. I don't think I'd have that, personally. That's... To be honest, I've never seen the point of big sculptures. It just takes up floor space. Like a painting, yeah. I like a nice painting. But a floor sculpture, not really my thing. It's childhood.
Okay. So, Tombstone data. Admiral David Edward Anderson. Not sure why anybody would be interested, but thanks for asking. I was born in London, June 8th, 2137. The last of 3 children born to Ursula and Paul Anderson. A nurse and a flight mechanic, respectively. But that's a little dry. And someone's gonna spice this up, right? Never been much for the spotlight. Anyway, where was I? It was a second marriage for my parents. They were almost 50 by the time they had me. My mother worked shifts, so my father would often take me to the base. While he worked, I watched transport ships and fighters take off. Worked his whole life around space travel, my father. But he never left Earth. Not for a day. He was a good man. But that's just a side note. Don't put that in. Who is it, Kaylee? Yes, I need to take that. I hope this is what you're after. I'll get to the more interesting N7 stuff next time.
He's a Gemini, I think. June 8th. Yeah, I think he's a Gemini. Okay. Would not have pegged him as that. Turian experience.
The Turians? Well, I might not always see eye to eye with the politics and the individual, but I have a great respect for the Turian military. Any Alliance soldier lucky enough to take part in their training programs will certainly be better for it. Their precision, skill, and discipline come together in a way that's second to none. Not that I'm faulting our own people or training. It's just that after fighting Turians in the First Contact War, years later, I had the opportunity to observe and train on Palaven. It was a turning point for me. And I would encourage any soldier to try it. It's a unique experience to put yourself in the squad of a Turian commander. My commander was an uncompromising bastard named Bartix Oryx. If you can find him, just ask how the platoon I commanded was trounced in his strategy game. Humbling. But I've used what I learned that day many times. The xenophobes will have their say. But I think it's vital that we do more of this kind of cross-species training. There you go. And if you do find General Oryx, let me know. I owe him money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smart to do cross-species training, you know, different ways of thinking, different strategy, different techniques. Why wouldn't you want to learn that? And is that just another... This is a decorative stereo, okay. Very nice. Another bed. The SR-1, the superior Normandy.
You asked me to talk about the SSV Normandy. The Normandy SR-1. As commander of the Tokyo, I was consulted on the Normandy's design and on board for her initial training exercises. The average person probably doesn't know that the Normandy was a joint project with the Turians. Acting CO, Eli Xander, was no diplomat. She ran out of patience with Turian posturing and politicking during construction. The chief architect of the Drive Corps, Octavio Tatum, and his team of Turian engineers were were in the CIC for final training exercises. Tempers flared when Xander pushed the limits of the stealth system, waiting to vent the IES well past what Tatum was comfortable with. I tried to calm the situation, but it still ended with the Turian scientist in shackles and a human Turian fistfight at Cora's den later. Funny now, when I first laid eyes on the Normandy, she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Day after that training run, Admiral Wright found me on the bridge. She's yours, he said. Can't trust her to Xander. Send me a list of crew from the Tokyo you'd like, and prep for your first mission. Short command thanks to Saren. Still, one of the highlights of a long career.
So was Naomi also on the Tokyo? Cause the oh my god, words, brain. The Normandy's first mission. Yeah, that's... I got a little confused. I thought he was talking about his first interaction with Saren when he wanted to be a Spectre. No. He's talking about the beacon. So yeah, I guess Shepard was on the Tokyo with him. And he said, "Hey, come with me. Come with me to this new ship. I want you as my XO." I still think, to this day, that Naomi has very conflicting feelings on the Normandy SR2, because it was a Cerberus ship. It was a Cerberus ship. She hated it. All throughout Mass Effect 2, I was saying that she plans to junk this ship. Or, you know, like, give it away. Give it to the Quarians. Something like that. No, that. I'm picking up on you. Yeah, and I still don't think that she trusts the ship. She doesn't trust it or love it like she loved the SR1. I think in many ways she's still kind of like, this has Cerberus fingerprints. Oh my god, we've got a jacuzzi! We've got a jacuzzi bathtub! Oh my... Bloody hell, 5. So 3 bedrooms. I'm assuming this is the master, given that it's got our wardrobe thing and a jacuzzi. Dear God. Luxury. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I still think that she feels that the ship has Cerberus's fingerprints all over it. It's not the same as the SR1, but Anderson trusted it. Anderson trusted the SR2. He wanted it as his personal, like, command ship. And if he's going to trust it, then Naomi is willing to sort of vaguely trust it. Just not in the same way that she trusted the SR1.
Sure, I can talk about Commander Shepard. Big topic. There's been a lot written about the Commander, but most of it isn't true. People are quick to judge. They don't know the whole story. I don't even know the whole story. But I know the woman. Worked with her. Fought with her. Trust her with my life. Shepard's had some rough patches. Who of us hasn't? She's been forced to fight a lot of battles alone. God only knows how she got out of some of that. Makes your head spin. Thing is, you never heard a complaint. Never once got, "No sir, I can't do that." She never hesitated. Few people know what Shepard's been through. I'd like to think I come pretty close. And I worry sometimes she forgets. There's a whole bunch of people who lose sleep over her getting back home. Maybe it doesn't need to be said. Maybe we're too dumb to say it. Soldiers like the Commander are rare. Women like Shepard, even more rare.
My heart. My heart. Oh. Let's be brutally honest. The only reason you never heard a "No sir, I can't do that" is because she likes you. There are so many other Alliance officers that Naomi would be like, "Go fuck yourself. I am not doing this. Fuck you." But for Anderson, oh, give me an order. Give me an order and I will do it because I trust you wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being, sir. I feel very emotional. I feel very emotional right now. However, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, I guess we're gonna go for sushi with Joker then. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.